Welcome to Nightline, where we talk everything Northeastern. I do want to say this in the beginning, is that we will be taking a week off for Thanksgiving, so it's going to be 2 weeks till the next show is on. We appreciate everybody who's watched, and hey, subscribe to this channel, give us the thumbs up. We need that, not this one. We need this one. More of these, the better, and that's what we need to keep this going. Hopefully, you're enjoying it. I mean, we're over 3,000 views on all of our shows, along with our girls basketball broadcast so far. So it's doing wonderful. And since we're going to be taking that 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving, we're going to start right off with Mark here about what Northeastern schools are doing for the community for Thanksgiving.
By the way, before we get started, welcome back again, Mark.
Hey.
Again, wandering the halls here on a Saturday morning, and we were able to get you here and put you right to work, and we're happy to do it.
Hey.
You might have to become a permanent resident, so.
I will, I'll have my agent get in hold of your people and we'll see if we can get worked out.
Well, I don't have any people, so.
No, it's great. I love Northeastern. I love talking about our kids and all the great things that they're doing. And you know, we're talking about Thanksgiving and all that. And one of the things that we're putting on social media this year is hashtag Family of Nights. And I don't think that could be any more true than what's been demonstrated this week. Our night family has pulled together, and Meg Hinkie, the other high school counselor, was a huge part in this, of getting people to donate food, and we were able to help out families for the Thanksgiving meal. I don't know how many boxes we handed out, but
It was piles of stuff. I was amazed how much there was.
And it was really cool to see, because we've had community partners helping, and I don't want to give a list out because I don't know who all they were, and I don't want to leave somebody out. But middle school students were helping, high school students were helping, and it's just Rebecca Tyree and her cafeteria staff did a wonderful job of helping out as well. And so it's cool to see all these people rally together and help our students have a better Thanksgiving. It's been a tough time for everybody the past year and a half, and just being able to give people a chance to enjoy, or have a better chance of enjoying Thanksgiving.
You know, these things are important, you know, these community activities like this. It gets people outside of their boundaries, you know, start thinking about other people and other things. Not everybody's as fortunate as we are, okay? We're not worried about where our Thanksgiving turkey is coming from, but there are kids and there are people out there that are concerned, and they don't know where that's coming from. So I want to commend you guys for, you know, probably participating in whatever level you did, and, you know, do that. You know, keep doing these things, community activities, because they are important.
And even the boys basketball team was involved, because at the scrimmage, they could either pay money at the door or bring in canned goods that went towards our food pantry here that we have to help students and their families.
Well, it's been it just shows it's just another avenue of how Northeastern reaches out to the community, and we're here for the community, and we're here for you, and we're going to hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving this year and be safe. And with that being said, let's move on let's talk a little girls basketball first.
Progress being made.
Little basketball, but big things.
Yeah.
Big things.
Yeah.
The girls basketball team jumped out to like a 24-point lead against Union County, which everybody thought that was going to be a nip and tuck ball game the whole way. And the girls jump out onto a big lead. They eventually win by 14, which did not dictate how the game was actually played.
Yeah.
With that.
And we mentioned this on our when we did it on My Team Live, Jerry, you and I. We thought it was going to be a close ball game, and actually the Knights dominated in that game from the first whistle to the end of the game. They were in complete control. We saw a lot of good things happening, a lot of ball movement.
Yes.
A lot of people movement, you know, they weren't standing around, and we hadn't seen that up to this point. You know, we've seen some progress, but it really looked like the girls' basketball team in that Union County game, they put all those things together. A lot of balanced scoring, okay? And so it was really good to see, and it's got to do nothing but help their confidence level.
Yeah, and we've all been involved in sports and coaching at all different levels throughout the three of our careers, but one thing you can always say about young teams is young teams they have to learn how to win.
Yes.
And so you can kind of see how some of those bumps earlier in the season paid off in that Union County, because they're starting to figure out some things and maybe understand their roles a little bit better. Definitely, like you said, move on the court. So a great step, especially to get your first win to be a conference win on the season. So that's got to be great for Coach Mayo and the team heading into the next part of their season.
Yeah, there's going to be some bumps in the road. There always is when you have a young team. But it's fun to watch. I'll be honest with you, it's fun to watch when you take a team that you're basically starting from scratch, because they lost, a lot of players from last year, and just molding that team. You can see that progress being made. And as a fan, or if you're a parent, that's the big thing you want to see is progress. Are you better at the end of the year than you are at the beginning of the year? And that's how I, would evaluate coaching, and I'm seeing that happen with the girls' basketball team. So it's really fun to watch. And I think, get out there and watch it. Come to the games, fill the gym. I'm going to say that every time we get together here. Just come.
Maybe you have to get you a shirt that says that. Come to the games,
yeah, or
fill the
something,
gym.
right? Yeah.
Come to the games, fill the gyms, to Old Guy Productions, turn around, take a look. The other thing that you can do, if you cannot come to the game, you can watch the games on My Team Live TV, and Rick and myself will be on there, and Mark will be on for, I think, a few broadcasts, maybe toward a little bit. If we had a third headphone, we'd have him on then, but because we're on a low budget, we've only got two. But no. And there's comments on the side. If you're watching the game, you got a question about something, you can type it in. Last week we had somebody, and they were a long-time watcher, first-time texter, all the way from Centerville. And we appreciate that communication from you.
And if you have a hard time finding it, probably the easiest way that I found is just to go to YouTube and search My Team Live TV.
Yes.
And then you can find it that way. It's easier than just doing a Google search for it. If you go to YouTube and then search on YouTube for My Team Live TV, it pops right up and it shows you what game's live.
Now, I'm techno dumb, okay? I freely admit that, but my understanding is this year on our My Team Live, you can get it on Twitter, on Facebook, or on YouTube.
On YouTube, and we've had over, I think the girls' game was over 750
That's a lot.
views, and there was people from Centerville, all the way. We had people in Florida, and we had Tennessee, and I'm suspecting it's a lot of grandparents and so forth that's watching from down there.
They're down staying warm, while we're up here freezing to death. So, but they get to watch the game.
There's
That's awesome.
There's something inherently wrong with that. I'm telling you. So the girls basketball, though, they got some good ball games coming up. They play Monroe Central next Tuesday, I believe, at Monroe Central, and then they're home the following week against Jay County, which traditionally, Kirk Comer, the coach, traditionally pretty good program.
Jay County usually a pretty physical program as well, so it'll be interesting to see how we match up with our big front line.
Yeah, that'll be a good measuring stick for the Lady Knights, see
Yes.
how far their progress is coming here. So we'll have that on My Team Live, because that is a home game.
Yep, it's a home game.
Okay, so again, get to the gym. If you can't, go to My Team Live. And if you're in the gym and you want to watch it afterwards, it's right on YouTube right after the game. After we sign off, you can go right to YouTube.
Let's talk real quick about the cheer block.
They're fabulous.
Oh my gosh, they're brutal.
We're gonna have to do it.
If we do one word association for cheer block, Rick's gonna go fabulous, you're going brutal, I'm gonna go relentless.
Yeah, it's all appropriate. That's what you want your cheer block. We got to do a cheer block Knights of the Round Table.
We should.
We should do that. Bring some of these kids on here, because number one, it's fun. All right, if you're part of the cheer block, if you're a player, you want to see your classmates show up. And so far, it started in football. all right?
Yes.
Now it's continuing on. We got girls basketball going on here. I'd love to see them go to Damsels and put up a cheer block.
Well, they even went to volleyball this year
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So it
they
was,
were in volleyball. That's right. They did. They were at volleyball. So the cheer block has been relentless.
well, maybe we can work something out to where we have a sideline reporter report live from the cheer block.
So we
During one of the games.
have a small budget here, and I'll emphasize small. But if anybody out there is willing to get us a wireless mic with headphones, we would be more than happy to take you up on your offer. Because I would love to put a sideline reporter.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's three of us, we only have 2 spots up in the booth, but if one of us could be down on the sidelines, you could almost live in the cheer block and you'd have a lot of fun stuff that would come out of that.
Well, even for the boys basketball scrimmage, there was about 50 of them over there.
Yeah.
I mean, for a scrimmage, there was
Yeah.
like 50 of them, and they were having fun.
Yeah, so with the cheer block, if you're a student or a fan, now it's students, the cheer block is student.
Yeah.
If you're an adult, I wouldn't go anywhere near there, okay? But if you're a student, it doesn't matter what your interest level is. Get in there with your classmates, it's a lot of fun. Even if it's kids you don't know well, you get to know them a lot better. And so we're gonna have to do something. I don't know what, we'll talk about it, but bringing some of the cheer block leaders on to, showcasing them here.
We may look at trying to do that.
I think
And
we are.
I think we gotta give a little bit of credit to Athletic Director Jerry Kiesling, because this is the first year that all students have been allowed to come in free
Yeah.
to all the home games, and so I think that's been a big part of making sure that we're having a cheer block at almost every home event, because the kids know they can show up, and it's not gonna cost them a student pass to get in. And
Well, I wanted kudos to whoever made that decision. It's probably Jerry or in concert with others, but that is a great decision. Let the kids in free. We want the kids to come into the ball games. We want them there.
I mean, it's their show.
It is, exactly.
It's the students' show. It's their, and so that makes it work. And the other thing, I up at Muncie Central, I want to put this shout out to all of our Ball State student watchers. We have a bunch. They said the other day, they sat down, ordered some pizzas, sat down and binge watched all the Nightline and Knights of the Round Table shows. And they said they loved it, said it was fun, so.
So they didn't have to study that night, I guess, huh?
No.
hey, any excuse in college to eat pizza, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, boys basketball. We had the scrimmage last week. I thought the Knights looked pretty good for the most part. And there were some hiccups. You think there's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, and I talked to Coach Ross after the scrimmage, and I think he summed it up the best, because of course you're going to have your preseason mistakes and stuff like that, but it was almost a regional type game as far as physicality, how the refs were officiating, and just there was times where it was neither team was giving the other team anything at all.
Yes.
Yeah, in a scrimmage, you're doing, your rotations might be different in the regular season than they are in a scrimmage. You're just trying to get players in there to play. We've got some juniors this year that played JV last year and then moving on to varsity. It's a different level. But overall, I thought the Knights performed very well. And there's a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement around boys basketball this year, guys. I haven't seen this. I mean, there always is. But right now, this year, I think these guys are excited. We had our seniors on. We did our roundtable with the seniors. They've all got one goal. They want to go to a state championship.
And if you got a chance, you haven't seen it yet, you need to watch Knights of the Round Table. It's Boys Day, and we got the 3 seniors on there, and it was wonderful. But if you want to see some real good, make sure you watch the new Knights of the Round Table with the girls, because it's good also.
The girls, all right, guys, I hate to say this, but the girls were shining stars today we did that before we did this, okay? This is a Saturday morning, And we had Anna Drake and Jill Berger on Knights of the Round Table, as well as Coach Mayo. And let me tell you what, you do not want to miss that Knights of the Round Table. That is going to be a fabulous show. So share it with your friends and family and relatives, because I can't wait to see it myself.
Well, anyway, back to the boys. They open up Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday against, and this has turned into a big rivalry against Seton Catholic.
Yep, Seton is a perennial threat in their sectional. They
Yep.
went to regional last year. And this is a big game for them. Their fans will come, so we're gonna have a big crowd here.
And they have some buzz starting out their season too. I think they are maybe a little bit more athletic than what they were last year, and so that's kind of the buzz I'm hearing about from Seton is just their athleticism that they're wanting to bring onto the court. So I think our experience and size versus their athleticism is going to be a good early season test.
One thing about Seton, they're gonna be fast. I mean, you know that. We saw them in the summer ball, we saw them a little bit, and they're gonna be quick. And they've got great coaching, so you know they're gonna be ready to play, so it should be a good ball game. One more thing about boys basketball, while we're still talking about them, is I saw a poll, preseason poll, you know how these polls work. Now, sometimes they're not accurate and all that type of thing, but I did see a preseason poll where the Knights were ranked 9th in the state. So that shows there's some respect out there for this program.
And I think that's a great way of putting it. There's respect for Coach Ross and the program he's built and for him returning. So I can't disagree.
Yeah, and I also saw that Raiden Faust, our very own Raiden Faust, was again, this is a preseason poll, but it shows the respect factor. He was like number 2 all-state in this preseason poll. So, hey, congratulations to them. Now, no pressure, okay? Don't look at the polls. You look at the next game. But, it's good to get that recognition. The people, a lot of times it's the Indianapolis area schools because they're bigger. There's a lot more people out there. But here we are at the end of this, at the east end of the state, and a little old school like Northeastern out here in the cornfields gets that recognition. That's saying a lot. So it's exciting.
Well, let's see what else we got going on. Well, wrestling is they just had their
They had their hydration tests after school at the end of the week this week. So just trying to make sure everybody's where they need to be for their weight classes. And I talked to Coach Baker. He said he has 17 wrestlers out, which is a good number for us. So hopefully everybody can stay healthy. And I'd love to see our team. We've had some great individual accomplishments. I'd love to see that spread to the team.
Now making weight for wrestling, that's a big component of what they do. And it's, sometimes it's just a pound or two and they got to go in the sweat sauna and put on the plastic and sweat it off. So
and we need to get Coach Baker in
yeah,
here.
we're going to do that.
And talk about that, how the rules work of you have to have so many weigh-ins at this, and then you have to weigh in and your hydration and your weight can't change more than such a percent. I mean, it's pretty in depth, and it's all done for player safety.
So you got to be a scientist to figure all this stuff out.
Oh, they were going through stuff, and I was like, good Lord, I don't understand everything that we're doing. Band, nothing going on with band. The drama club's getting ready for their production, and it's something with Hog Holler is the name of it.
Do we know when that is? Do we have a date on that, or
I think it's in December, maybe the first week of December. We'll try and get that date. We should have that by our next broadcast.
All right, so that is coming up then.
Yeah.
That is coming up.
And
No cheer block at the drama production. We'd love to see you all there, but no cheer block. We can't cheer during the production.
Well, when you do your cheering after the final,
Correct.
then you clap. Okay, I've had experience in theater. I've had kids involved in theater. There are certain places where you do clap. okay? But it's all choreographed and you know when to do it.
There's no air ball.
And there's no air,
ball.
and nothing like that. You can't be taunting the actors and actresses on the stage.
You
but-
can't be
Yeah.
giving the jinx there to miss a free throw.
But show up, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go watch them. These are your classmates, people you go to school and walk the halls with every day. So show up and go to the play. You'd be surprised how well these kids will do.
And as we're getting at the post-Thanksgiving time frame for the first semester, we're gonna have probably our Christmas band and choir concerts as well.
Oh
So,
yes, that will be coming up.
We'll try to get those dates in the next broadcast as well, and that way you can enjoy all of our night's accomplishments.
Well, I think that's Mike going to be a wrap there.
Well, a short week.
Short week, not much going on. We're sort of in that transition time.
We're all getting ready for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna stuff ourselves and watch football and take naps. Is
I-
that how it works?
I heard a rumor that girls basketball has some extra Wick's sugar cream pies left over.
Well, we probably ought to snag a couple of
So
those.
I think I'm gonna go check on that here. So for Rick Fletcher, Mark Kirkhoff, have a wonderful Thanksgiving on behalf of Nightline and Knights of the Round Table. I'm Jerry Middleton, and you know what? It's been another good night.